Learn how to get started with Azure Static Web Apps in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. Azure Static Web Apps can take code from a GitHub repository and publish it using GitHub Actions. Let's do that. We need to start with a GitHub repository that contains a static website. There are template repositories that you can start with that are built with Angular, React and Vue. But we'll start with a basic HTML static website. Let's create one from the template. I've already given it a name like this, and now create it. Okay, there it goes. And this is the repository. It is very simple and has an HTML file and a CSS file in it. Okay, that will do. Now let's create a static web app. I'll go and create a new resource and search for static web app. Here it is. All right, here we go. First, let's give the app a name, like this. And next, select a region for the app. Now I need to authorize the app to use my GitHub account. Let me do that here. Okay, so let's configure this. My GitHub organization, okay, and the repo with the static website in it. And I only have one branch. That's it. Let's create it and I'll skip to when it is done. Here is the static web app. There is a GitHub action coupled to it that deploys the static website from GitHub to the static web app. You can configure it if you want to. And this should be done by now. So let's take a look if it is. Here is the website running on Azure. By the way, this is running for free. And it doesn't just run on one server, but on multiple geographically distributed nodes, making this website always close to users and very fast because of that. Static web apps can do more than just host files. You can configure application settings for your site, and you can also configure a custom domain name. On top of that, your site can call Azure functions that serve as APIs for it. And it can have a staging environment, just like a deployment slot, which is automatically created when a pull request is generated for the GitHub repo. Azure Static Web Apps is a great way to run static websites on Azure. Go and check it out.